2 Lamelts, 2 buses, and the heaviest vehicle in the custom tournament. It's gonna be a wild one, folks. Welcome to the Junkyard Joust. I'm Aaron Yonda. Only 2 of these 5 teams are gonna make it out of this match. The teams are Kings of the North, Arlo Racing, Yeetus Maximus, Big Al's Primary Objective, and Key West Crew. Let's take a closer look. Big Al's Primary Objective has a lot of variety. There's a ramp, there's undercutting, and there's a bruiser. Here is Arlo Racing. Every vehicle on the team has a ramp in the back, and that truck is 200 grams, the heaviest vehicle in this competition. Key West Crew was created by 9-year-old Jack, who's a big fan of Junkyard Joust. Some very interesting modifications on these vehicles. This is Yeetus Maximus from Redline Salvage. There's some undercutting on here, a ramp, and a couple big hitters. And Kings of the North, featuring vehicles from Underdogs Unleashed, Mad Mike's Custom Garage, and Crazy Canuck. Let's head out to the Junkyard and joust. Starting us off, it's gonna be Lamelt for Yeetus Maximus, sponsored by Chome. Randomly determined running order is up. The cars go down in a random order as well. Now we'll see if the fin on this particular Lamelt has any power to send vehicles flying. Hippie for Key West Crew, sponsored by Hendrika's Heavy Hauling. Hippie blasts into the back of Lamelt. I don't know if that green construction paper played a part in preventing a ramp situation, but now Hippie is curbside and still in danger. First up for Arlo, it's Gas 2, driven by George Surface. Gas 2 knocks Hippie up into the air. Hippie takes a tumble, but manages to make a nice landing. Got tossed around pretty good, but somehow managed to keep it together. Meanwhile, Lamelt got pushed up into the safety area, generally a pretty safe space for Lamelt. As we've seen in the past, Dragster now for King of the North, driven by Blaze. The Dragster hits the ramp on the back of Gas 2, goes flying into the crates and makes a great recovery, lands it flawlessly, and we still have no eliminations in this round. The red one for Big Al's Primary Objective, sponsored by Sicken. The red one cuts underneath that ramp, pushes it into Gas 2, and then pushes Gas 2 up on Lamelt. The low, sharp point at the front of the red one successfully preventing it from going off the ramp. Known in later years as Silver Bullet, it's Large Charge for Yeetus Maximus, sponsored by Judy Collins. And that was indeed a large charge as Gas 2 gets knocked off the track and goes sideways. Red one does not get flipped over, but Large Charge tried, basically grappling the red one off the track. Can't quite get it flipped over. And it looks like we might have our first elimination. Up now for the Key West Crew, Blue Golfing, sponsored by Raygull Radio. Blue Golfing smacks into the side of Large Charge, but Large Charge manages to stay upright. It was close, and now Red One is completely off the track to safety. Get ready for a fast and heavy hit from Arlo Racing, Endless Night, driven by K. Endless Night clears the track. Blue Golfing goes up into the crates and over sideways, all the way up to a level 6. A nice jaunt up in the sky for Blue Golfing. Large Charge makes it off the track safely, and now Endless Night is set up with that ramp. Let's see if it works out. Endless Night's gonna have to take a hit from the Slambulance, 184 grams, driven by Crazy Canuck. A massive wallop from the Slambulance, and Endless Night goes careening off the track, but it looks like that ramp still had some effect, flipping the Slambulance over and upside down. Slotted into the track pretty nicely, just not right side up. Unnoticed amongst all that chaos, Blue Golfing actually righted itself, got dragged by the Dragster, and got turned right side up. This could be the perfect time for the Blues Coupe to set up the ramp, sponsored by Party Marty. Blues Coupe slides into position, a nice gentle tap, and yeah, that ramp is set up, and we're gonna see some devastation right about now. The upside down Slambulance is the perfect foil to keep this ramp in position. First car to take the plunge is Solaire for Yeetus Maximus, sponsored by Emo Dingo. Can it get under? It cannot get under, but wow, look at that. Hits the crates and makes a great recovery. Almost looks like it's gonna go upside down, but then pulls it off at the last second. Here comes Supercar for the Key West Crew, sponsored by Ellis Wertenberger. Supercar hits that ramp, not surprisingly, goes all the way into the crates and bounces back, can't quite make the recovery, and lands upside down on top of Solaire. Up now for Arlo, Hypersonic, driven by Ollie DeVry. Hypersonic lurches off the back of Blue's Coop, hits the crates, and loses its own ramp. It just breaks off completely, and then Hypersonic can't make a recovery. Absolute devastation. Blue's Coop takes another victim. Hypersonic completely upside down. Here comes another Solaire. This one's for Kings of the North, driven by Mad Mike. And the Solaire takes a nice Sunday drive off the back of Blue's Coop up on Slambulance, and then takes the off-ramp down Hypersonic to safety. Pretty good run. Next up for Big Al, Moby D, 154 grams, sponsored by Sid from Cybertron. Moby D gets in and out in a hurry, goes off the ramp, hits the crates, and lands on Hippie. Perfect landing, though. Successful recovery off the back of his teammate. Thought Blue's Coop might get dislodged there for a second, but it didn't happen. Greyhound Bus, sponsored by the Miskatonic Automotive Club. Greyhound Bus takes a nice slow jaunt off the ramp, drives over Slambulance, and lands on top of Lamel. Bit precarious right there, but as of right now, that vehicle is okay. Mile Zero, sponsored by Sloss Automotive Sachet and Buffet. Mile Zero hits that ramp, does not have good luck, hits the crates, goes bobbling all over the place, tries to drive back down the ramp, but gets tripped up on Slambulance and goes over and out. Here comes Cruel Summer, driven by Arlo for Arlo Racing. Even that low plow on the front of Cruel Summer not able to dislodge that ramp, but able to drive over safely and keep Arlo in this match. Maybe the ramp on the back of that thing will get to see some action in the next round. Next up for the Kings, Fished and Chipped, driven by Geddy Lee. Fish and Chip takes the ramp, and there's a big pile now at the end. He twists, he turns, can't find a place to land it, goes over upside down, and that's going to cost Kings of the North one of their vehicles. Up now, it's Dr. Black MD, sponsored by Chicken Rings Onion Wings. Wow, even that incredibly low front on Dr. Black can't get under Blue's Coop. He gets tangled up on top of Cruel Summer and looks to be safe for the moment, but that's not a great position to be in, especially when Airport Rescue, 199 grams, is coming down the track, sponsored by Chicken Rings Onion Wings. Airport Rescue yeets itself off the ramp, and wow, did you see the crates wobble when that thing hit them? They were rocking back and forth. Unfortunately, Airport Rescue took itself out, but also took out Dr. Black on the way. Powerful hit, and Blue's Coop is looking a little worse for wear on the back end right now. A Day at the Beach, sponsored by Price Axe Private Parts. A Day at the Beach hits that ramp, and just like a wave, goes in and comes back out and lands it perfectly, runs over the wall, showing some decent stability right there. Nice one. The heaviest vehicle in this competition, 200-gram Big Bruiser, driven by Lou Hondo. Looks like a ramp protector welded to the front of this thing. Will it be enough? Big Bruiser cannot get under the ramp and hits the crates at full speed. They wobble and shake. Big Bruiser goes flying backwards and somehow flips directly upside down. Wow, a big vehicle and a big hit, but barring a miracle, that thing is out. Yet another massive vehicle, the Big Bang Bus, 176 grams, driven by Blake. Big Bang bounces off the crates, bounces backwards, and uses its length to keep stable. Now it's on the side of Blue's Coop. Will it be able to stay there and stay upright? Here comes Banana Peel for Big Al, sponsored by Bentley's Brakes and Bumpers. Banana Peel takes a light skip off the back of its teammate, perches up on the Slambulance. Not a particularly safe position, unless you just happen to be the last car in the round, which Banana Peel was. That was a slugfest, but not as many eliminations as you might think. Only 10 in the round. Let's see who we lost. Taking a look at the aftermath, it looks like a big chunk of the eliminations were unfortunately on Arlo Racing, down to just one car. Kings of the North and Key West crew each lost 2 vehicles apiece. Vetus Maximus and Big Al's primary objective only lost 1. We're gonna kick our way right into round 2, starting off with the red one for Big Al's primary objective. Big Al feeling good about the results of last round, 4 left, as the red one takes position on the track, not quite all the way down to the end. Vetus Maximus also with 4 left, sending down the Greyhound Bus. The bus slams into the red one, cannot dislodge it. That car is solid. Evil Weevil gets shunted aside, and we got 2 cars locked in. Dragster. Dragster hits the solid metal wall of that bus and can't go anywhere. Time for some waves. It's day at the beach. I knew I'd get some interesting vehicles when I started this custom tournament, but I gotta say, I never expected to get a vehicle that was modified with scotch tape and construction paper. Arlo's last remaining vehicle in the match, Cruel Summer. Solid push from Cruel Summer. Not that cruel of a summer when you've got a day at the beach. And now it looks like this ramp could be all set up. Should be interesting to see how that works. The car that caused all that trouble last round, it's Blue's Coupe. Blue's Coupe takes the extended ramp on the back of Cruel Summer, flips over, manages to make a nice recovery, but cannot set up its own ramp now. Lamelt's got to deal with that ramp now for Yeetus. Oh, and that is not a sight we see very often. Lamelt going off the ramp and flipping right over, bounces off the top of that wave, gets flipped right over and eliminated. Arlo getting some revenge right now. Solaire for Kings of the North. Solaire hits the ramp, does the same thing, goes right on the top of Lamelt and flips over upside down. Another elimination. Day at the Beach settles into the track, but Solaire got burned. Hippie for Key West. Hippie hits that ramp, bounces off of Day at the Beach, sort of gently let down by his teammate. Wow, that was amazing. That is some great teamwork right there. Moby D. Heavy vehicle, and it causes some damage on its way down to smash into the crates. Dragster goes sideways. Day at the Beach escapes unscathed. Cruel Summer moves up and finds an even better position behind that bus to do some damage. A lot of eliminations in this round already. Here comes the pink Solaire for Yeetus Maximus. Solaire hits the jump and boosts up into the air, comes down upside down, can't make a recovery, slides off the track. Yeetus was at 4 cars at the start of this round. Right now they're down 2. Can Cruel Summer survive the Big Bang? The bus hurls itself down to the end of the track, bounces off a Cruel Summer, pushes it off the track partially, lands sideways, almost made a recovery there at the last second. Tough break there for Kings of the North, but they did what no one else has been able to do so far, which is to displace that ramp on the back of Cruel Summer. Blue Golfing for Key West. Despite the ramp being displaced, Blue Golfing gets tossed into the crates and goes over sideways, bounces off the Big Bang bus. And I don't think there's going to be a miracle recovery this time. There's still one Lamelt left in the match. It's Banana Peel. And Cruel Summer continues to avenge his teammates. Banana Peel slips off the jump, goes upside down. Another Lamelt elimination off the back of that car. It's unheard of. But anything can happen in this custom tournament. Large charge, final car of the round. And that was an unbelievable hit by Large Charge, flipping and flopping all over the place, spinning at the last second, and somehow riding the Big Bang bus. How was that even possible? That thing, there should have been no way it could have recovered. I can't even believe what I'm seeing. And unfortunately, on the way out, Large Charge took out Cruel Summer. And that is going to eliminate Arlo from this match. But what a way to go. Laying waste to the competition. Almost as many eliminations in that round as the first round. 9 cars gone. Arlo Racing has been eliminated from the match. Kings of the North somehow held on with the miracle recovery of the Big Bang bus. Yeetus still got a bus in the match as well. Big Al's primary objective and Key West crew both have 2 left, and we're down to just 6 vehicles. Junkyard Jousters work up a mean thirst. That's why they drink Junkyard Juice. Joust your thirst today. Now available in Sour Blue Rustberry. Back to the action. Round 3 is in full effect. Blues Coupe starting us off for Big Al's primary objective. The only remaining ramp in this match, and I think these other teams are going to have a tough time eliminating it, but we shall see. Hippie for Key West. Hippie hits the ramp and goes all the way down to the end of the track, bounces and bounces again. That car has had amazing luck with recoveries and is doing a great job for the Key West crew, bouncing right off to safety. Fresh off that miracle recovery, the Big Bang bus has got to survive this ramp now. Big Bang bus can't do it, flies off and goes straight sideways and into elimination land. I don't think anything's going to get that thing back upright again, but you never know. Yeetus Maximus down to just the Greyhound bus. The Greyhound makes an attempt to take out Blue's Coupe, but can't quite do it. Jumps on top of it, gets over, makes it almost off the track. Not out of danger yet. Should be interesting to see how the red one performs against its own teammate with that low front. The red one uses that low blade on the front of the car to prevent rampage. If primary objective make it out of this match, it should be interesting to see how that vehicle performs against some of the ramped vehicles we've seen so far in this custom tournament. Day at the Beach sliding off the back of the red one, and the Greyhound bus manages to stay upright. And that was the final car of this round, just one elimination. Let's take a quick look at the aftermath. Looks like we're down to 3 teams. Kings of the North and Arlo both out now. Yeetus still at 1, and Big Al's primary objective and Key West Crew still at 2. It's still anybody's match as we head into round 4. Starting us off is gonna be Hippie. Key West Crew has been a bit of a surprise in this match. They've shown they've got some good agility and ability to survive. The red one following Hippie down the track. The red one gets underneath Hippie and does an over easy, and right as I say what a great job that this team is doing, Key West loses one of their cars. I should learn not to say anything, but I have to. I'm a commentator. Here comes the Greyhound bus. Greyhound bus just manages to knock Evil Weevil for a loop. Red one stays set on the track, nice and solid. And here's Day at the Beach. Day at the Beach stops dead in its tracks after whomping the bus forward a little bit. Here comes Blue's Coupe. Blue's Coupe takes a leisurely stroll down the track, and if there'd been any more cars left in this round, that ramp would have been set up. But that was the final car. We've got 1 elimination. 3 teams are still in this. Yeetus and Key West Crew both at 1. Big Al at 2. It's anybody's match. Here we go, round 5. Big Al's primary objective looking pretty hard to eliminate right now as we start out with the red one taking position down at the end of the track. Evil Weevil going along for the ride. Final car for Key West Crew, Day at the Beach. Day at the Beach lines up behind the red one, getting ready for a big hit from the Greyhound bus. The Greyhound bus providing a massive hit to Day at the Beach, and that car goes up in the air, comes down, and still somehow manages to pull it out and land upright. Great effort right there, but could not take down Day at the Beach. Blue's Coupe will round out this round with a fairly ineffective bounce. No elimination, so we are going to head right into round 6. All these vehicles, very tough competitors. But now, because there was no eliminations, they're going to have to increase their speed so we can get some action. Here comes the Blue's Coupe starting us off and setting up that ramp in the middle of the track. So not only is Day at the Beach going to have to hit that ramp, they're also going to be doing it at a faster speed than usual. And an amazing jump all the way down to the end of the track. Bounces back and lands it. And if you weren't taking this Day at the Beach seriously, you better start, because that thing has got what it takes. Greyhound bus. Greyhound bus rides the Blue's Coupe all the way down to the end of the track. Almost gets it off the track just with sheer power. Can't quite handle it though, and then flips over at the end. Can't finish the job. Great effort by the Greyhound, but it looks like this might be over. Here comes the red one. Red one goes off the back of Blue's Coupe this time, does not go under it, peels off a bunch of paint, and slots into the safety spot, and that is gonna do it, folks. We've got our 2 surviving teams. An incredible match, some great competitors, but somebody's got to win and somebody's got to lose. And today it's gonna be Big Al's primary objective and the Key West Crew that are moving on to the 12-team Battle Royale. That's coming up soon. Only 1 custom tournament match left before the biggest, most insane spectacle we've ever seen at Junkyard Joust. Which one of these teams do you think has what it takes to claim victory from all the other ones? Leave me a comment and let me know. Don't forget to like the video and become a patron if you'd like to support more episodes of this show. Thank you to all my current patrons, and we'll see you next time on Junkyard Joust.